I hate what the world has done to my daughter. My daughter is 6 years old and gonna be 7 in October. She's still kind and empathetic, showing some real skill for her age in drawing and writing. She's having a bit of a hard time with math, but she still tries hard, and I've heard nothing but good things from her school. I had a less than great childhood because my mom was an alcoholic and not a functioning mother. Grew up poor, and I want my daughter to experience the opposite of that. As she grows, she's never been the type of kid who throws tantrums or has to be told to be polite. She likes to see people happy and knows when someone is having a bad day and does what she can to make it better. For instance, just the other day I was just thinking out loud about how I was going to remove my company logo and contact info from my truck. I was gonna do it because if ever gotten a call from someone because they seen the number, always gotten my contacts by going into the store providing a prepared quote for the work. Commercial floor cleaning, mostly grocery stores. Few minutes later I get a call and I pick it up only to hear my daughter saying, "Hi Dee, it's me. I'm calling the number on Jane." That's what she named the truck. She always names my vehicles. I'm calling because you said no one ever called the number. Are you happy I called? HNNGGGGG makes me want to cry thinking about it. She does stuff like that all the time. Anyway, I decided to go through all of her TikTok videos she posted. As I expected, it was really cool. You can see her gradually learning how to use the app in more and more creative ways, making funny videos with the audio of other videos and a ton of stuff I wouldn't have the slightest idea how to do. She truly expresses herself in any way relating to art. Until I stumbled on a video by itself in the middle of all her posts. No music, no filters and no smiles. It's just her looking into the camera instead looking for a second before she asks sheepishly, "Do you think I'm fat? Am I ugly? How come no one watches my videos? My God, I'm crying now. My baby girl. She just wants people to like her." Created multiple accounts to heart and subscribe to her videos. Isn't that though? Views and like were what she was after should have stopped a long time ago. Why? Why does she think about herself? She's a normal 6 years old girl. She's not obese and she's gorgeous. I'm not just saying that as her father, but she is. She has long straight brown hair and her face just lights up every time she smiles. She's such a great kid. She's the kind of kid who brings extra stuff in her lunch to give to kids who are still hungry. Just watching her in that video broke my heart. Sit her down and showed her the video. She told me someone said that stuff to her at school. And I fucking hate it. Thanks for listening, guys. Sorry about rambling. I just love her so much. She my everything. Sure I have. I love her. I'm so tired. My boyfriend making passive-aggressive comments about my stomach. I came home from the gym last night and he asked what I worked and I said it was leg day. He asked me why I don't train my abs ever. I replied because there are plenty of other guys who will like me the way I am. Felt good. I fucking got in. I got into nursing school today. I just want to burst into tears. I've worked so for hardness. And I just need to scream it out. I don't mind the sound of snoring. It actually relaxes me. I'm not talking about wall shaking, room rattling. Is that a freight train passing through the bedroom snoring? Right now I'm in bed playing on my phone and reading through Reddit because I'm trying to change my sleeping pattern. So I need to stay awake a little longer. My boyfriend has fallen asleep. Can't hear his gentle snoring right next to my head. And it's the best sound. Might even call it my favorite sound. It's right up there with the sound of my dog making soft woofs in her sleep. I am just now realizing that I might have a thing about sleep noises. Oh well, I wish I could describe it better. It sounds like warmth in my chest or the tingle in my mouth just before I break a smoke. It feels like home. So lucky I get to spend my life with a man that makes me feel like this. And he doesn't even know it. There is no way he'd tell me either. He would just tell me I'm weird. But I know he likes it. Now I love him. Don't yell at food service employees. Seriously. If you yell at a food service employee and make them cry, fuck you. I've had it with being treated like everybody's punching bag. Yelling gets you nowhere. It just gets people talking about how much of an ass you are behind your back. You're nice and civil. I will be every day more willing to help you. I'll fix the problem. You'll be happy, and you'll be happy. Everybody is happy. Wow. And I get it. You may be going through some stuff, and this is the straw that broke the camel's back. But I could also be going through something, because I'm also a human being. To everybody reading this, treat a food service person nicely today. Please! Be patient and understanding. I'm fucking allowed to be tired from work, no matter my fucking age. I get it. I'm 20. When I call my mom and the topic gets to work, I mention that it's hard for me to do a 7 to 3 p.m. shift, and then the next day do a 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. shift. All I get is how young I am and that it doesn't matter. When I spoke to some friends today about not wanting to go in for my 8-hour shift tomorrow, all I got told was it's an 8-hour shift. That's a normal length shift. Fuck you. I know it is. This will be my 6th day in a row. That's around 35 hours in that amount of time! I have some chronic pain in my shoulder. I don't sleep well at all. I have no life at the moment. All my friends are gone, visiting family for the summer. I get it. I'm 20. But I'm allowed to be fucking tired. Jesus Christ, get off your fucking high horses, you pricks. Not me. This is why I tell nobody anything. Because even at 20, going on 21, having financial struggles, mental health and personal issues, and schooling, I'm not allowed to be fucking tired. People watch this sheet during the school year too. It's summer now. Back in September, I was working 22 hours a week. I was going to school for 24 hours. I spent 8 to 12 hours a day at school, including classes, 5 days a week. I've been going at 100% since January. I get it. It doesn't seem like a lot to you, but you don't have to tell me my feelings don't matter. Jesus. Fuck off. Hi. 2,000 upvotes. Wish I hadn't made this on a throwaway now. Edit 2. Thank you for all your kind and supportive comments. I hope you all are doing well, and follow the advice you have given me. I did take time to myself. In fact, I ordered a violin to learn how to play this summer. I'm doing my best, and mentally I'm in the best place I've ever been in. I'm glad I could write something that so many people related to. You think your anxiety/depression isn't that bad? It is. I, to Tim, have dealt with anxiety and depression since I was 12. I've never ever saw a therapist or took antidepressants, and I was a mess. I harmed myself multiple times. I isolated myself in the dark. I had no friends. I would cry every single day. I used to do everything in my power to make this disease stronger. Everything. Now, a year ago I was a senior in college. I lost my girlfriend at that time. I had a corporate job set up for after college, which is now present day, and I just was so stressed out with school. Now I isolated, cried, harmed. I was an anxiety freak over everything. Didn't do anything but just get scared of all that's around me. Now, here's the thing. Thought my anxiety and depression weren't that bad. Thought that everyone around me was over-exaggerating, or manipulating me and against me. I saw a therapist. That all went away. My anxiety truly was the worst, and I think every day about how horrible I was. It made me a different person. Now, a year later, without anxiety and depression, I can't tell you honestly that it was extremely terrible. If you have anxiety or depression and think it isn't that bad, then I urge you to see somebody. That's what prevented me from going to a therapist, because I thought I didn't need one. It's crazy too. Think sometimes how our minds try to do to us, as if our behaviors are normal when deep down inside they aren't. My anxiety and depression were definitely bad, and it takes a lot to admit it. Look at your surroundings next time, and make a list of your reality versus what you want your reality to be. Then you'll see how bad it is. My actual reality was so different from where I thought my reality was. Stop imagining alternate realities, and make on those alternate realities your truth. Stop downplaying your depression and seek help. All here for you. I walked in on a rape. Excuse the title. I didn't know else to start with. This has been in my mind heavily for the past years or so. For some background, this occurred when I was 26, at my own apartment that I shared with roommates. Hashtag XB. My roommate M went out with his friend C to a few clubs and bars. C was nice enough, but he was into early 30s and still had the frat boy attitude. There was always something about him that I didn't like. Didn't feel unsafe around him or anything, it's just he was off a bit. He became too friendly too fast. And hashtag XB. Man C returned at about 2 am. He'd been watching Netflix and heard them come in, so I came out to say hi. Man C has brought back 2 ladies. I politely said hello, shook their hands and made small talk. After about 5 minutes, Sam and his date went back to his room to hook up. C and his date stayed in the living room as every other bedroom was off limits. Hashtag XB. I went and refilled my glass of water that was by my nightstand. I don't know why I forgot it on my way back to my room. But I did. 5 minutes after returning to my room, I realized I'd forgotten my glass of water. Hashtag XB. I stepped out of my room and diagonally across from me on a seat was Ossie. He was trying to take this girl's shirt off. She was trying to push it back down. She locked eyes with me, and she snapped and turned toward me. Yeah then, dude. Just fuck off. Didn't say anything, I just looked him in the eye. He got up and sat on the other couch sulking like a child that had just had a toy taken away. The girl rushed to the other side of the room and zipped her coat back up. Hashtag XB. During this 20-second ordeal, this girl's coat, pants, boots, sweater and t-shirt stayed on. There is no doubt in my mind what would have happened if it not walked out then. Hashtag XB. I never told M because not only was she one of his closest friends, but I don't think he'd believe it. I told one of my other roommates, who told me to just forget about and not worry because it wasn't my business. What worries me is that she was sober enough to know what he was doing, and that he tried to cheat at another person's apartment. Don't want to think about any of the girls he's brought to his apartment in the past, or will in the future. And hashtag XB. I offered to call the police. She declined, saying that she didn't want to be a bother, and that it just inconvenienced everyone. Probably wondering why I've never told the police. Honestly, unless they find that girl and she presses charges, they'd have no case but on what she and I would say. Now that years have passed, every other shred of potential evidence is gone. Hashtag XB. I spoke to my mom, who was a psychiatric nurse specializing in treating sexual abuse victims, who told me it was absolutely the beginning of a rape. I told a friend who was a former cop and he agreed too. Hashtag XB. I'm not the kind of person who immediately believes an accusation, but I know what I saw. Didn't just walk in on a rape. I walked in on every woman's worst nightmare.